Hi everyone. Today we discuss about the topic of lesson plan and prepared by Smriti Deviswamy, lecturer Diet Dimahasa. Then before I go into the lesson plan, then first we discuss about what is lesson plan. If we say about a lesson plan, it is a comprehensive description that helps the teachers to organize and structure his lesson according to students' competency. Next, it sets learning objective with lesson schedules, activities, and assessment. Means what? It helps the students to know about his. It helps the teachers to know about the objectives of his particular lesson, schedule activities and assessment according to the need of the lesson. If we say about a definition of lesson plan, then we say that according to Bushin, that he said that the lesson plan is the title given to a statement of the achievement to be realized and specific means by which these are to be attained as a result of the activities engaged in during the period of activities. So next, if we say about the objectives of the lesson plan, then if we first say that if need of the first need of a purpose for a specific lesson of the day, what we going to teach in the classroom. We first need to a specific lesson purpose. Next, it helps teachers to move forward on the path of learning. Means it helps teacher to according to the learning need of learning, the learning acquaintances, how we give the lessons beneficially to the student. Next, it assists with the selection, presentation, interpretation of content, and it helping to choose effective learning method. What kind of method should be appropriate for learner to teach a particular lesson? It also helps the teachers and also helps clarify the concept regarding the particular topic and also give the teacher confidence because he through this lesson plan teachers first know about the what he is going to know through this lesson plan. It gives teacher access to tools, examples of development that can be incorporated. It helps teacher that to how what kind of tools he use in the particular text and also helps him to do the what kind of audiovisual aids he should be used in the particular lesson. Next, what is the features of a good lesson planning? It is very important. The first, it should be the objective should be clear. What it is the objectives of to teach students. Next, students should have a connection to the prior knowledge because what he learned earlier in the before to come to this particular lesson. So it needs to be previous knowledge content. Next, specific tools that can be connected to the content should be displayed. Appropriate topics should be included in the content. Appropriate topics should be included in the content. Students should not be made passive learner because it helps the student also be the active learner of the classroom. Next, to enable teachers to carry out classroom learning activities. Through this lesson plan, it helps teacher to carry out classroom learning effectiveness and activities. Next, also develop the teacher's reasoning, imagination, and decision making skill. What he do, what to learn, what to do. It's him also be in imagination and decision making skills. Also, it helps teacher to micro teaching facilities to teachers because through this procedure he knows about his drawback and good and also be what he should be improved. So through this lesson plan, he should know about it. Next, importance of lesson plan. If we say about the importance in first, we see that lesson plan helps teachers to connect specific goal and objective with classroom instruction. Also, it creates the positive environment among students to learn. Also, lesson plan is teachers share history of activities in the classroom. What he is teach in the particular date or particular class, it also be preserved as history. So, lesson planning takes away from the quality textbook take as a more dependable direct tool of learning. It helps lesson planning also helps teacher to use his planning according to the he beyond the textbooks he teach students very properly. And also lesson planning is also good for an experienced teacher, although he or she is very good at classroom manners. It also help for experienced teacher. Also lesson planning provides guidance to a teacher in systematically presentation in one of his or lesson plan. Means lesson planning procedure, he also know about the systematically present a particular lesson of his particular classroom. Next, if we see about the structure of the lesson plan, first we say that from the lesson plan we need some structure. First one is the identification of data. In the identification of data, in the left side we write that school name, class, average age of students, time, date, and in the right side subject, textbook, author, teacher, trainee, name, and also be the roll number of a particular training. Also, if we say about the general objectives of a particular lesson plan, if we say about the general objective of the particular lesson, a general purpose is defined by focusing on a topic. It must be defined overall a topic general object. And so the general purpose of mathematics will be different from the general purpose because subject-wise the general objectives are differences. If mathematics general objectives is other and literature purpose of the general objectives are different. So two different subject has the two different objectives. Literature, if we say that there will also be the differences between the prose, poetry, and grammar related to the general purpose. Next is the specific objective. If we say that a specific objective means the particular text is the focus on the specific objective. In literature, to the specific purpose of process, poetry and grammar also vary from his particular lesson. In earlier already I said that general objectives part it is also with the differences from the prose, poetry and grammar like the specific objectives also differences from the prose, poetry, and grammar in the specific of. If the specific of purpose to know something, know the text we have specified the knowledge to understand something, the understanding to learn something from it, and use it in other lesson application to feel the urge to read another lesson plan by reading that lesson interest to read a story and develop an overall motivation to read and text keeping in mind the comma, rhythm and trace, etc. Because this is the skill of a this is the what's it? See the Bloom taxonomy structure. From the particular text we if we get the knowledge then we take set specifies to provide some knowledge what kind of I learn what kind of we understand it is comes from the understand if we are get the give the our learning lesson plan in another field of the lesson then it is user the application if our field asks to read another lesson by reading by that lesson that it is create our interest to read a story and development or a motivation if we like to read another story or development of our over then it's called the motto to read the text keeping in mind that comma rhythm erase etc skill is also become of the specific objective. Next, if we say the in the our particular teaching lesson plan, we need some teaching aids. Then some of the teaching aids is the general aids, which are generally generally in the classroom that blackboard has the short pointer textbook. If we specificate that it is related to the text because it like that the chart models etc. Now, if we say about the level of lesson planning, level of lesson planning, there are three types of levels. There are introduction, presentation, and closure. In the introduction part, if we divided the column, that level first come the level, second one assume previous knowledge, next one teacher activities, and last one people's activities. If we say about the presentation part, then one column is the level, another one is the teaching point. What teaching point we teach in the classroom, the specific of the objective of the particular what they develop through this through these studies, then teacher activities, people's activity, learning outcomes. And next and last one is the theta column, the level, teacher activities, and people's activities. So this is the lesson plan. So everyone, thank you for listening, listening patiently. Thank you.